welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be doing some gel nails using dual forms, and this is how I do my gel nails using dual forms. This video is going to be kind of long, and I will be also posting more videos with dual forms using acrylic and dual forms using polygel. So this is the first part. Now these dual forms I got from Poofy because I did not have the eBay ones, and this is the eBay ones. I will put a link where you could get these. Also, I'm using hard gel today from IBD and my Maya Secret gel brush with my Alpha brush also, because I love using this on dual forms. I don't know, this brush is like my favorite one to use with gel, so I'll be using that. So I'm using quite a bit of gel using my Alpha brush, my favorite brush to use with these dual forms, because it works really nicely. I think it works better than actual gel brushes, my opinion, but as you can tell, I am messing around with it because this stuff is really stringy, but I love it. So I just go ahead and put quite a bit of gel inside the form, not thin, kind of in the middle of thin and thick. You don't want to make it too thick, because if you make it too thick, then it'll go everywhere. So it's kind of in the middle of it, like kind of medium, not too thick and not too thin. Also, when I apply this on the nail, I go up first and then I press down lightly, and then I leave the nail alone. The gel will stick on its own. If you have a base gel, it works way better if you put a base gel first, because then the tacky layer from the base gel will kind of grab onto that gel. So if you press too hard, the gel will seep throughout the ends, and I don't do that. I just let it there and I flip it over and I let it settle just a minute, and then I pop it in my UV lamp for the exact 2 minutes and then pop it out. Now, if you could tell, it is still very thin, but not that thin. So in the end, I do another layer of gel just to build my apex. But before you do this, you have to file off the shine, and I will show you later why you have to file off the shine. But I usually take off the shine, and then I come back with another layer of gel on top of it. So as you could tell, the apex is pretty high, but on the free edge right there, it's just too thin, and that's where you have to build the gel. So I take another nice thick layer of my hard gel from IBD and I put it in the middle. This is where the apex is going to be. Like gels, this you have to build your layers. If you go with too thick on this dual form, all it's gonna do, it's going to pop off, and it's going to act like it's just going to be too thick, and then you're going to have a mess. So just lightly, and then I turn it upside down and I kind of attach it to the gel that's already been cured, and I shape the nail. So I pop it off, and as you could tell, it's really thick. Not that thick, but just thick enough for you could actually, you could file. As you could tell, it's perfect at the ends. Now if you want it to be a little bit thicker, then you do another layer. But for me, I just do 2 layers and I could get away with it, because that's pretty much what I do. This is the second part of this. This is going to be on my other finger. And I just do the same thing over and over. So I repeat the process on the end, and I just keep building on my layer. And depending how thick you want it, then you would keep building it on. And I only do this using clear, because if you use white or if you use any opaque gel, it'll not cure right. So only clear works doing this. Well, at least for me. And all I do is I let it sit there. I press just a little bit, not too hard, because I don't like it to seep out through the ends, and then I will pop it out. Now this is what you don't do. So I recorded this part on purpose to let you know that this is exactly what you're going to be experiencing if you do it this way. If you pick up too thin of the gel, it will fall down. As you could tell, there's not going to be enough gel to hold on, and once you do that, you have to take the dual form off and you have to add more. So don't keep pressing on it, don't keep wiggling on it. If you cure it after you wiggle it back on and you squeeze it back on, this is what's going to happen. It's going to create potholes from the air pockets from the gel. This is what they don't tell you about dual forms, but this is real life. This is true. This is what they look like after I did 2 layers of gel without filing. They're not pretty at first. You do have to work with it. And this is what it looks like when you don't buff the shine off from the gel. You have to make sure the shine is off before you put a second layer. If you don't, then it's just going to peel away from the other layer. This is what it looks like when it's nice and buffed and shaped. Now, depending on your thickness and how you want it, you could keep on adding layers, but I'm just going to leave it at 2 layers because I kind of like my gels to look more natural. But with these dual forms, the cons of these dual forms is on your side walls, it will leave gaps because of the dual forms being so deep setted. So just take your gel brush and take your IBG gel and just kind of fill up those little creases with gel and cure it for the whole 2 minutes and then file away. So this part, to make it more easy for everyone, this is what I usually do. I usually take a thin coat of gel, kind of like I'm using a gel top coat, and just covering up all the little spots that I missed because of the dual form being so deep setted. It kind of settles in the middle. So be aware that you will have little holes from this dual form if you're not careful. Okay, once you reach this part, what I usually do is I don't use a file. I use my sanding buffer. And I do this very soft because gels are very soft anyway. So if you use a file, like if you use electric drill, it's going to take off layers of your gel. So you don't want to do that. So in my opposite hand, I take all of my dual forms and I fill them up. And then let them sit there for, the amount of time it takes me. When you let it sit there, it actually it settles and all the bubbles are not there anymore because it settles. So I do take my time doing this because doing my opposite hand is just, it can get tedious at times. So that's what I do to save me some time. I just take all my dual forms and I fill them up and then I work on my opposite hand. So when you're done curing your hands, you're going to have like some type of bulkiness on the bottom of it because it seeps through. So just take your drill bit and file it down. Be careful of this part because if you file down too much, you'll be taking the thickness away from the actual nail. And if this is too thin, it will pop off. They look like once they're shaped, filed, buffed, all the works. And I know this is not much of a tutorial, but this is how I do mine, and it's really easy doing it this way. There's so many ways you could do it, but this is my way that I feel comfortable doing it. So if this helped you, give me a thumbs up, and I will be doing more videos like this. I have 2 more videos to do like this using dual forms. I'm using my Sinful Colors red. I forgot the name of it. I didn't show it, but I'm just going ahead and painting this simple because my next video I'll be doing a design. So I hope you guys like this video and I will see you in my next video.